Hello class and welcome to lesson 5.5. Today's video will be very short and I won't keep you long. Today we're taking a look at a mid-chapter review. So it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that you realize we're taking a quick pause and learning a new formula today because I want to make sure that you've got the current formulas of binomial distribution and geometric distribution under wraps before we get to some new ones. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is one task is going to be looking at filling in a formula sheet. Okay, I just want you to fill in the first 5 rows. The 2 more will come after our mid-chapter review. Okay, do you know the formulas? Remember, you don't need to memorize them. You just need to know when to use each formula. And do you know the key words to look at in the questions that'll tell you versus if it's, for example, binomial or geometric. All right, and then after you've done that completion of the first 5 ones, then I've got a little bit of a geometric practice questions, and this is like your homework for the day. So let's take a look at this example of filling in this chart. This is a good summary to use for the chapter test as well as for your final exam. So let's take a look, first of all, fill one in for you. If we take a look at bimodal distribution probabilities. Remember, we talked about binomial meaning you've got failures and successes, and I'm just going to write down that they both equal 1. Okay. All right. Okay, so failure plus success equals 1. Okay, so the formula for that, it's in your formula sheet. You don't need to memorize it. So I'll just write it down here. Okay, and I want you to remember that in this case, x equals the number of successes. That's not always the case. Hint, hint, when you get to geometric, right? Okay. So what do we want to say here is we want to take a look at when do I use this? Well, when the question talks about success versus failure. So there's 2 options. Okay, it may say Bernoulli's trials, okay? You have to remember that the trials are independent. Okay, and remember that P, or the probability of success, remains constant. And you'll realize that's why we did take a breaking point, because the formulas down below, which is below the line you're going to do here, is where the probability of success changes. Okay. All right. Okay. Keywords to look for in the question. It'll talk about the probability of something, right? So prob of, remember we did the probability of the widgets, probability of anything, okay? But it's just related to when you've got a success or a failure. So probability of hitting a red light or a green light / yellow light, okay? All right. So that should be one thing you want to take a look at. Remember, for expected values, you can take a look at what you expect. And remember that if it's a fair game question, you want to make sure you know that it's an expected value. So is this a fair game, or what do you expect the probability to be? Okay. All right. So fill those in, folks. I believe I've posted answers on my answer page. Then after you've done giving that a try, I want you to try this little half-sheet practice on binomial and geometric. I've mixed it up, okay? So things to remember is, if you take a look here, in 1A, what's the probability exactly 20 immigrants are going to be polled? So you're going to go P at 20. B is the expected number, so hopefully you know which one that is. Take a look at C. What's the probability of getting 20 phone calls are made before reaching an immigrant? That means how many failures before success, and then the expected number. Okay, so that goes through a bunch of binomial and geometric there. Okay, and keep working through those, folks, and that's your homework, which is the answers are here down below. All right, so that was a quick lesson, folks. Please make sure you get these formulas down pat before we get into taking a look at where our probability will change from each outcome, each possibility. So for right now, P remains constant throughout, same as Q will remain constant throughout. But we will find later on that that will change in upcoming lessons. So as always, come see me for help, and have a great day, guys.